What is up, guys? If you're new to the channel, I hope you like what you see, and if you're returning, as always, thank you for your support. Let's get into it. So as you probably already figured out, this is another suppressor video. This one I am pretty damn excited about because I've known about this brand for quite a while, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, that they are kind of getting with the times and making some additively manufactured suppressors. The can in question, or the can of topic, is this guy. This is the Spiro 556 from Thunderbeast. In the past, Thunderbeast has been more of a precision gun slash bolt gun suppressor company, and they did fantastic at that. And so, they did make some other cans, but yeah, this guy is 3D printed out of Haynes 282, which is the same material that is used for the Sandman X that you guys have seen on here. So this thing is built like an absolute tank. There is a barrel restriction on it. It says 8 inches for 5.56. If you shoot 5.7 or 4.6 HK, that weird round, I think you can go down as short as you want. But this thing is also full auto rated. It's like an insane amount. It's like 8 or 10 mags just back to back to back to back to back to back, and it's supposed to be good. Apparently they did that to one of these test cans like several times, and it was still good. And as with a lot of these modern 3D printed cans, this thing is low back pressure. So it's going to be exciting to run this thing. We're going to run it on Mark 18, and then I've got my 14.5 URGI adjacent clone, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to run it on those two guns. I only got one other can as of right now to really put this thing up against, and that is the Carson 30. So this is a 30 cal can, so I don't expect it to come close to the Spiro, but we know this can is pretty good, so it will be a really good comparison, I feel like, seeing as the Carson scaled well. You know, going up to a longer barrel, it sounded quite a bit better, I thought. So yeah, let's just get into it and see how it goes. So kind of just like what we did with the Carson 30, we're here at the berm, so we're just gonna see what it sounds like without the supersonic crack. Also, where I'm gonna pay attention to my ejection pattern. As we saw, we're still shooting the same ammo. This is actually the same day that I filmed my Carson video. But we saw about a 330 average without a suppressor on there. Carson changed it up to 3 o'clock. So less talking, more shooting. So actually this is not changing the ejection pattern at all, which is very impressive considering this thing is a true 5.56 can. So I'm gonna pop an ear off. We'll see what it sounds like. Really, really nice deep tone. Yeah, really nice tone. I want to say this thing reminds me of shooting the Carson 30 on a 14.5. And Carson 30 still shooting that Lake City M193. And we're loaded. Yep, Carson doesn't sound bad. Again, considering this is a 30 caliber suppressor, doesn't sound bad, but the Spiro is just, it's a lot better. That's how good already I'm getting the impression that the Spiro is. It is a lot better. Just like we did before with the Carson video, we're going to back off to 25, 50, then 100, and we're gonna rock the Spiro, see how it sounds. Now this thing's cooled down enough, I've got it moved over to the 14.5, and we're still shooting the same ammo, and we're back up here at the berm as usual. Honestly, through my hearing protection, I can't really tell much of a difference between this and the Mark 18. Yeah, honestly, it sounds pretty much the same. All right, we got the shotgun mic. See what it sounds over by the ejection port. For the Carson comparison, I did roll in some of the previous footage. That way I didn't have to expend some more ammo, because as we all know right now, ammo's not cheap. In my opinion here, the Thunder Beast Spiro is hands down the best sounding 5.56 suppressor that I own, bar none. Now, I didn't mention before, but this guy is on the thicker side. I want to believe, let's see, with this mount, which is just a JMac flush fitting steel mount, I am at 1 pound 1 ounce, or 1.6 ounces. So we'll just round that down to 1.1. That means we are 17 ounces, where this guy, the Carson 30, is at, I believe it was 12. Also, should mention that the Spiro is about 1,000 ball hairs, where, as we talked about before, the Carson 30 is 750 ball hairs. So Carson 30 did honestly pretty good, and honestly, surprisingly, even for a 30 caliber suppressor, I feel like the Carson scaled better. And I'll mention what that means again. Scaling is like, as the barrel gets longer, the can should perform better. And the Carson 30 definitely did, even on 5.56. Not that the Spiro sounded bad on a 14.5, but it sounded about the same, which is not a bad thing, because it sounds really good to begin with. And it's also not a bad thing, because if it's going to sound about the same on this gun, this is a little bit shorter suppressor, so it can keep my overall length a little bit less. And since this is a shorter gun, you know, the law of leverages, I'm not having that added weight further out that's going to make it seem even heavier than it actually is. So it's honestly going to be a really, really good short barrel 5.56 suppressor. Before I close this up with my final thoughts and wrapping it up and everything, I do want to point something out, so you guys can kind of see that poking through here. So that is some of my Cerakote flaking off. I have tried to scratch more of it off with my fingernail. I haven't been able to. I don't have any coming off here on the end, but a buddy of mine that I have mentioned on this channel before, Bush War Survival on Instagram, and I believe he's on YouTube here doing shorts and stuff. He also has a Spiro, and almost all of his Cerakote, like right on this little ridge here, is coming off, and he was able to just flake it off with his thumbnail and stuff.
Thunder Beast Arms Spiro on the Spec War, super based. 99% of this was for me, but I saw a little chip of silver, and now we are able to flake it with our fingers. So I keep everything 100, guys, trying to show you guys, you know, what there is to be seen. So it's just the finish. That might mean a lot to somebody, you know. I mean, again, the thing was free to me, so, but this is definitely something that is appealing, I think, more than it should.
Which, not something you want when you pay that much for a new suppressor. I'm not sure if Thunder Beast just had like a bad batch. I have seen bad Cerakote on Silencer Co., especially their 36Ms. It kind of bubbled up like it was done with spray paint or something like that. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they maybe rushed this thing out a little bit too fast or not, but something to consider. Again, so far mine is holding up better than his. I'm going to keep an eye on that and see if it progresses. I'm going to, as I shoot it more and gets hot and, you know, heat cycles, I'll continue to try and see if I can flake that off with my thumbnail. I'll probably be posting updates on that to Instagram mostly, but if it gets really bad, I'll probably make a post here on YouTube just as a picture. But honestly, for the price point of 1,000 ball hairs, a G-bar, a band, I feel like this is a really good suppressor, because the Sandman X is about the same price. Granted, this suppressor did not come with a mount, Sandman X does. They are similar in weight. Sandman X is actually a little bit lighter, but this thing takes a dump all over the Sandman X. Granted, Sandman X is a 30 cal suppressor, but for about the same money, if you're going to do especially a short barrel or want a dedicated low back pressure 5.56 can, as of right now, for me, this one takes the cake by far. So if you guys liked this video, consider doing all the stuff, you know, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that cool BS, because it helps me out. And if you guys would like to see more content on this can on maybe some different platforms like 5.56 AKs or something, let me know down in the comments. Any questions, you know where to send them. Hope to see you guys in the next video. And remember, it doesn't matter how fast you miss.